Introduction: The Mysterious Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle, often called the Devil's Triangle, stretches across the North Atlantic Ocean, forming an invisible triangle between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. For decades, this region has captivated the imagination of sailors, pilots, historians, and curious minds. Ships vanish, planes disappear, and mysterious phenomena seem to occur with an unnerving frequency. Imagine drifting over calm blue waters, only to find yourself lost in a vast expanse where compasses fail, radios go silent, and the horizon seems endless. The triangle has been described as both fascinating and terrifying. Some call it the Devil's Triangle, while others simply refer to it as a mystery waiting to be explored. Tonight we embark on a slow, immersive journey into its secrets, uncovering the stories behind the disappearances, the strange occurrences, and the theories that continue to perplex the world. The calm night ocean can be deceiving. Beneath the surface lies a history filled with unexplained vanishings, legends whispered by seafarers, and phenomena that science struggles to explain. For bedtime listening, we will move slowly, imagining each story as if the waves themselves are telling it, carrying us into the heart of the triangle. Early reports of disappearances. Reports of strange events in the Bermuda Triangle date back centuries. Sailors in the 16th and 17th centuries spoke of compass malfunctions, sudden storms, and eerie lights above the water. Early explorers reported seeing ghostly apparitions at sea or hearing inexplicable sounds that seemed to echo over calm waters. One of the earliest documented disappearances involved the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy ship that vanished in March 1918 with 309 men aboard. Traveling from Barbados to Baltimore, the Cyclops never arrived. Despite extensive searches, no wreckage or survivors were ever found. Theories ranged from storms to structural failure. Yet the complete lack of evidence left a lingering sense of unease. Over the years, similar incidents were reported, and the triangle slowly gained its ominous reputation. The strange patterns of disappearance, often clustered within this triangular area, began to suggest that something unusual might be at play. The legend begins Flight 19. Perhaps the most famous story of the Bermuda Triangle is Flight 19. On December 5, 1945, 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger bombers departed from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission over the Atlantic. What should have been a simple exercise quickly became a nightmare. The flight leader reported compass malfunctions and conflicting navigational readings. Soon the planes were lost in the vast ocean. Rescue aircraft sent to search for them also vanished, compounding the mystery. Flight 19 captured the imagination of the public and media, cementing the Bermuda Triangle's place in legend. The case of Flight 19 raises questions that remain unanswered to this day. How could 5 trained pilots, flying modern aircraft of the time, vanish without a trace in calm weather? Was it a navigational error, unexpected weather, or something more mysterious? This incident became the cornerstone of the Triangle's enigma: shipwrecks in the Triangle. Beyond planes, numerous ships have disappeared in the Bermuda Triangle, often under strange circumstances. One famous case is the Carroll A. Deering, a 5-masted schooner found abandoned near Cape Hatteras in 1921. Its crew had vanished. The logbooks were missing, and no signs of struggle were evident. Another case is the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, which disappeared in 1963 with 39 men aboard. Again, no wreckage was found and no explanation sufficed. The Triangle, though only a small fraction of the Atlantic Ocean, seemed to harbor an unusual concentration of such events. Other vessels, both large and small, have simply never returned. Some were swept away by sudden storms or rogue waves, while others seemed to vanish without a trace. These shipwrecks contribute to the enduring fear and fascination with the Triangle, offering stories that are as eerie as they are intriguing. Strange weather patterns and magnetic anomalies. Scientists have attempted to explain the Triangle's mysteries with rational theories. The region is known for unpredictable weather, violent storms, and sudden squalls that can appear with little warning. Magnetic anomalies may cause compasses to behave erratically, disorienting sailors and pilots. The powerful Gulf Stream flows through the Triangle, carrying debris and wreckage far from the scene of any incident. This may account for the lack of recovered ships, yet it does not fully explain the sudden and unexplained disappearances. Rogue waves towering over 50 feet have been known to appear suddenly, capable of sinking even large ships. Even with these explanations, the pattern of disappearances within the triangle seems unusual. Some historians argue that it is simply a coincidence, while others maintain that a deeper, unexplained phenomenon may be at play. Theories, natural phenomena, or something unknown. Over the years, many theories have emerged. Some attribute disappearances to methane hydrate eruptions, which can reduce the density of water and cause ships to sink rapidly. Others speculate about underwater currents, magnetic anomalies, or sudden storms. Yet for every scientific explanation, there remain stories that defy logic. Eyewitness accounts describe strange lights, sudden fogs, or navigational instruments failing inexplicably. Could it be that the Bermuda Triangle harbors a phenomenon that science has not yet fully understood? Or is it simply a region where nature conspires to create events that seem supernatural? Some theorists have suggested paranormal involvement, though such ideas remain speculative. Still, the combination of natural hazards and mystery has made the triangle an enduring source of fascination. The role of the ocean and underwater currents. The geography of the triangle adds to its mystique. Hidden trenches, shifting sands, and strong currents make navigation treacherous. Even experienced sailors can become disoriented, especially when storms and limited visibility combine. The deep ocean conceals countless wrecks and secrets, and the triangle appears to be a hotspot for unexplained vanishings. While some incidents can be explained by natural oceanic forces, the sheer number and concentration of disappearances have kept the legend alive. For bedtime listening, one can imagine the vast, silent waters stretching endlessly, carrying secrets from centuries past. Each ripple might hide the remains of a lost ship or plane, a story waiting to be discovered by the patient and curious observer. Famous cases beyond Flight 19. Several notable disappearances beyond Flight 19 contribute to the triangle's lore. In 1948, the British aircraft Star Tiger and Star Ariel vanished while crossing the area. The SS Marine Sulphur Queen, as previously mentioned, disappeared in 1963. Each case offers tantalizing clues, yet ultimately all ended with mystery. Even modern vessels and aircraft have encountered unexplained events. Reports of navigational errors, strange electrical malfunctions, and sudden storms continue to emerge, suggesting that the Bermuda Triangle still holds secrets even today. The persistence of these stories demonstrates the triangle's enduring appeal. Whether approached from a scientific, historical, or storytelling perspective, the region inspires curiosity and imagination, perfect for slow, modern investigations and discoveries. With the advent of modern technology, researchers have studied the Bermuda Triangle more thoroughly. Satellite mapping, sonar scanning, and meteorological analysis have provided insights into the ocean currents, weather patterns, and potential hazards. While some disappearances can now be attributed to natural causes, others remain unexplained. Modern investigators continue to examine historical records, survivor accounts, and technological data, piecing together a complex puzzle. Each discovery adds to our understanding, yet the mystery remains compelling. The triangle's enduring allure lies in its combination of factual events and unexplained phenomena. For listeners seeking a calm, immersive story, the blend of history, science, and mystery creates a perfect narrative. Conclusion: mystery still unsolved. The Bermuda Triangle continues to fascinate the world. Ships vanish, planes disappear, and countless stories remain untold. Some explanations are rooted in science, others in legend, and some remain entirely unknown. As you drift off to sleep tonight, imagine the vast Atlantic Ocean stretching endlessly, carrying the secrets of centuries. The Bermuda Triangle is a place where history meets mystery, where science and legend intertwine, and where the imagination can roam freely. Whether the cause of the disappearances is natural, human error, or something beyond our understanding, the Bermuda Triangle remains a timeless enigma, perfect for bedtime reflection, curiosity, and slow storytelling. The Bermuda Triangle, often called the Devil's Triangle, is a vast stretch of ocean in the North Atlantic, roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. For decades, this region has fascinated sailors, pilots, historians, and ordinary people alike. Ships disappear, planes vanish, and instruments fail with alarming regularity. The very name evokes curiosity and unease. A triangle of water. That seems to defy explanation. Tonight, as you settle down to listen, imagine the calm, endless ocean stretching beneath the moonlight, and the secrets that lie hidden beneath its waves. Centuries ago, European explorers, crossing the Atlantic, began to whisper of strange occurrences in this region. Compass needles spinning wildly, sudden storms rising from calm skies, and ghostly lights appearing in the distance. These early accounts were dismissed by some as superstition, yet the pattern persisted. Across the years, sailors and navigators reported similar phenomena. Could this region truly be cursed? Or was there a natural explanation behind the stories that refused to die? Consider the vastness of the Atlantic Ocean. Its waters stretch for thousands of miles, teeming with unseen currents, shifting sandbanks and hidden trenches. In such a realm, navigation is never easy. Even with modern tools, the Bermuda Triangle remains a challenge. Before the age of GPS and radar, sailors relied on the stars, magnetic compasses, and charts. But within this mysterious triangle, even these could betray them. Some spoke of sudden fogs that would envelop a ship or plane, hiding the horizon and disorienting crew members. Others reported seeing phantom ships, appearing and disappearing as if moved by some unseen hand. One of the earliest notable disappearances occurred in 1918, with the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship carrying 309 men. Departing from Barbados, the ship never reached its destination in Baltimore. No distress signal was sent, and no wreckage was ever found. The cause remains unknown. Some theories suggest structural failure or violent storms, yet the lack of any debris fuels speculation about other, more mysterious causes. This event marked one of the earliest recorded tragedies in the Bermuda Triangle and began to cement its reputation as a region where ordinary rules seemed suspended. Over the decades, dozens of ships and aircraft have vanished in the Triangle. In 1921, the five-masted schooner Carroll A. Deering was found abandoned near Cape Hatteras. Its crew had disappeared without a trace, and its logbooks were missing. In 1963, the SS Marine Sulphur Queen, a tanker carrying molten sulfur, vanished with 39 men aboard. Neither the vessel nor its crew was ever recovered. Such disappearances, occurring over decades and across different types of vessels, created a pattern difficult to ignore. Perhaps the most famous incident associated with the Triangle is the story of Flight 19. In December 1945, 5 U.S. Navy TBM Avenger bombers departed from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training mission. The flight leader reported compass malfunctions and confusing navigation readings, claiming that the planes seemed to be flying in circles over open water. Eventually, the planes vanished. A rescue mission sent to find them, including another aircraft, also disappeared. Flight 19 became a cornerstone of the Bermuda Triangle legend, combining elements of human error, natural hazards, and inexplicable mystery. Modern scientists have studied the triangle extensively, attempting to reconcile the stories with known natural phenomena. The region is prone to sudden storms, unexpected squalls, and violent waters that can appear almost out of nowhere. Powerful ocean currents, particularly the Gulf Stream, sweep through the triangle, capable of carrying debris and wreckage far from an accident site. Some theories focus on magnetic anomalies that can interfere with compasses, leaving sailors and pilots disoriented. Other explanations include rogue waves, methane hydrate eruptions, and even underwater topography that can amplify storms and currents unexpectedly. Yet, despite these plausible explanations, many disappearances defy logic. Ships vanish during calm weather. Planes disappear with experienced pilots aboard, and no wreckage is ever found. Eyewitness accounts describe strange lights, sudden fogs, and unusual sounds that cannot be easily explained. Could the Bermuda Triangle harbor some unknown natural phenomenon? Or does the ocean itself simply conceal more mysteries than we can ever hope to understand? The allure of the Bermuda Triangle lies not only in its unsolved mysteries, but also in its capacity to inspire imagination. Legends of ghostly ships and phantom planes intertwine with documented history, creating a narrative that appeals to both rational minds and those drawn to the supernatural. Its stories are perfect for bedtime storytelling, calm, slow, immersive, yet filled with suspense and curiosity. One can drift off imagining the gentle sway of the ocean beneath a moonlit sky, feeling the pull of unseen currents, and hearing the whisper of waves over lost vessels and vanished planes. The triangle is also a reminder of the ocean's power and unpredictability. Its waters, deep and wide, hold secrets spanning centuries. Every wave that laps against the side of a ship carries history, and every gust of wind has the potential to alter destiny. Sailors of the past learned this the hard way, often leaving behind only tales of survival, fear, and awe. These narratives, passed down through time, continue to fascinate and educate us, blending cautionary advice with the thrill of the unknown. Even in modern times, with GPS, radar, and satellite communication, the triangle maintains an air of mystery. Ships report sudden electrical malfunctions, navigational errors, and strange atmospheric conditions. Storms develop faster than forecasts can predict. Electrical anomalies interfere with instruments. Despite technology, the ocean refuses to relinquish all its secrets. The Bermuda Triangle serves as a timeless reminder that, for all our advancement, nature retains its power to surprise, mystify, and challenge us. As we imagine the triangle tonight, consider the stories of those who vanished, the ships that never returned, and the planes lost to the open sea. Each story adds a brushstroke to the portrait of this enigmatic region. Some incidents may have rational explanations. Others remain forever shrouded in uncertainty. Together, they create a landscape where history, science, and legend merge, a perfect setting for reflection, curiosity, and slow, immersive storytelling. The triangle is not merely a place on a map. It is a symbol of the unknown, a space where human understanding is tested against the vastness of nature. It invites us to wonder, to imagine, and to respect the ocean's boundless mysteries. For those listening tonight, it offers a gentle thrill, a narrative that is at once relaxing, intriguing, and filled with the promise of discovery. As the night deepens and your mind drifts, picture the calm Atlantic waters stretching endlessly, hiding stories that have puzzled humanity for centuries. Imagine the waves gently rocking unseen vessels, and the silent currents sweeping lost planes far below the surface. The Bermuda Triangle is a place where mystery thrives, where history lingers, and where imagination can roam freely, unbound by the constraints of ordinary life. The beauty of this story lies in its dual nature. It is both comforting and unsettling. The ocean's calm waves soothe, yet beneath them lie tales of disappearance and enigma. As you listen, let your mind float over the triangle, imagining the invisible threads connecting Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, tracing the paths of those who ventured into the unknown. Some returned, some did not, and some remain forever part of the triangle's legend. From the earliest sailors to modern explorers, the Bermuda Triangle has captured the human imagination. Its mysteries challenge our understanding of the natural world and invite contemplation of forces beyond our perception. In this slow, immersive narration, we honor those stories, weaving them together into a tapestry of curiosity, suspense, and wonder, perfect for bedtime listening, reflective thought, and a gentle thrill that lingers in the mind. Even as we close our eyes and drift towards sleep, the triangle whispers its secrets, a reminder of nature's vastness, humanity's curiosity, and the mysteries that endure beyond the reach of explanation. It is here, in the endless Atlantic, that history meets legend. Long before the term Bermuda Triangle entered popular imagination, sailors and explorers had begun to notice strange occurrences in the waters between Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. These early reports, spanning centuries, hint at a pattern of disappearances and unexplained events that would later define one of the most enduring maritime mysteries of the modern age. As we drift slowly into the tales of the past, imagine yourself aboard an old sailing ship, the gentle sway of the waves beneath your feet, the scent of salt in the air, and the sun casting long shadows over the endless horizon. In the early 16th century, European explorers began charting the Atlantic Ocean and the Caribbean. Journals from these voyages occasionally noted unusual phenomena, compasses spinning wildly, strange clouds forming suddenly, and mysterious lights that danced across the water at night. These observations were often dismissed as exaggerations, superstition, or the result of natural optical illusions, but they persisted across generations of sailors. The repetition of these reports in Diverse logs and diaries suggest that something tangible, though poorly understood, may have been occurring. One of the earliest documented disappearances involved the USS Cyclops in March 1918, a massive Navy cargo ship. The Cyclops departed from Barbados bound for Baltimore, carrying a crew of 309 men and a cargo of manganese ore. It never reached its destination. No distress signal was sent, no debris was ever recovered, and no survivors were found. The disappearance of the Cyclops remains the largest non-combat loss of life in U.S. Navy history. This single event set a precedent, highlighting the potential dangers of the Bermuda Triangle and cementing its ominous reputation. Over the following decades, more incidents added to the legend. Sailors reported seeing phantom ships in the distance, vessels that appeared real at first glance, only to vanish without a trace. Compasses would fail inexplicably, leaving crews disoriented and unable to navigate. Some spoke of sudden fogs that would envelop entire fleets, hiding the horizon and making it impossible to judge direction or speed. These experiences, recorded in ship logs and later analyzed by historians, painted a picture of a region where ordinary navigation could quickly turn perilous. In 1921, the five-masted schooner Carroll A. Deering was discovered abandoned near Cape Hatteras. Its sails were intact, its cargo untouched, yet the entire crew had disappeared. The ship's logbooks were missing and no signs of struggle were evident. Investigators were baffled. Theories ranged from piracy to mutiny, yet none could account for the sudden and complete vanishing of the crew. The Carroll A. Deering became one of the first high-profile cases linking the Bermuda Triangle to unexplained disappearances in the modern era. Another striking case involved the schooner Rosalie in the early 20th century. Crew members aboard. Nearby vessels reported seeing the ship in waters where it was not supposed to be, drifting silently with no visible crew. When sailors boarded the vessel, they found it eerily quiet, with signs of recent activity but no people in sight. Such incidents, though less publicized than Flight 19 or the Cyclops, contributed to a growing awareness that the Triangle was a place where ordinary rules did not always apply. Reports were not limited to ships alone. Pilots navigating the region began noting strange compass readings and unexplainable weather patterns. In the 1930s and 1940s, small aircraft flying over the Triangle sometimes disappeared entirely, leaving behind no wreckage or distress signal. These early aviation incidents, coupled with the maritime disappearances, began to suggest that the Bermuda Triangle's mysteries were not confined to the ocean alone, but extended into the air above it. Sailors often described unreal phenomena that defied logical explanation. Some spoke of glowing lights appearing beneath the water, moving alongside their vessels before vanishing. Others reported sudden shifts in the weather, with storms appearing seemingly out of nowhere, and winds changing direction in ways that no meteorological understanding could predict. The ocean, vast and mysterious, seemed almost alive, an entity capable of interfering with navigation, perception, and sometimes survival itself. Historical records also highlight the influence of magnetic anomalies in the Triangle. Ancient mariners relied heavily on compasses for navigation, and in this region, instruments often behaved unpredictably. Compasses would spin without reason, or point in directions that did not correspond to the known geography. Modern studies suggest that localized variations in the Earth's magnetic field could account for some of these anomalies, yet the frequency and consistency of reports over centuries hint at something more. The mystery of disappearances extends to stories passed down among local communities. Fishermen in the Caribbean, for instance, spoke of areas where compasses refused to work and strange mists would roll over the water, obscuring the horizon. These tales, while anecdotal, align remarkably well with the documented cases of vanished ships and aircraft. Local legends often warned sailors to avoid certain areas altogether, describing them as cursed or haunted, testament to the enduring fear. Inspired by the Triangle, one cannot discuss early reports without mentioning the influence of storytelling and media. Newspaper articles in the early 20th century sensationalized disappearances, blending fact and speculation. Reports of vanished vessels captured the public imagination, turning the Triangle into a modern myth. While some stories were undoubtedly exaggerated, they were rooted in real incidents: ships lost at sea, aircraft that never returned, and crew members who vanished without a trace. Consider the psychological impact on sailors and pilots who navigated these waters. The knowledge of prior disappearances, combined with the erratic behavior of instruments and the unpredictable weather, created a unique form of tension and fear. Every calm night over the Atlantic could carry an undertone of anxiety, a subtle reminder that, in this triangle, the rules of navigation and survival could change suddenly, without warning. As we move through these early reports, it becomes clear that the Bermuda Triangle's legend did not emerge overnight. It is the accumulation of centuries of observations, disappearances, and unexplained phenomena. Each incident, from phantom ships to compass anomalies, contributes to a growing narrative, one that blends historical fact with the imagination and fear of those who dared to traverse these waters. Even before modern technology, sailors developed an intuitive understanding of the triangle's peculiarities. Experienced captains would adjust routes to avoid certain areas, relying on inherited knowledge of sudden storms, erratic currents, and mysterious mists. Yet, despite caution and preparation, accidents and disappearances continued. The triangle, it seemed, respected neither experience nor technology, asserting its mystery in subtle but undeniable ways. These early reports, meticulously recorded in logs, journals, and later in investigative reports, form the foundation of the Bermuda Triangle's enduring mystique. They offer a window into the past, a time when navigation relied on the stars, magnetic compasses, and careful observation. They reveal a pattern of vanishings that cannot be dismissed lightly, spanning centuries and encompassing both sea and air. From the vanished USS Cyclops to the silent Carol A. Deering, from phantom ships to unexplainable lights, the Triangle has long challenged human understanding. Its waters remain a place where curiosity, fear, and the unknown intertwine. Each story, carefully documented and passed down, invites reflection and speculation, encouraging both scientists and storytellers to ponder the forces at play. The beauty of this narrative lies in its layering. Documented history intertwined with anecdotal accounts, scientific theories balanced against the unexplained, and human courage set against the vastness of the ocean. For bedtime listening, this combination creates a slow, immersive experience. A gentle yet suspenseful journey through the early reports of disappearances, allowing the mind to drift over moonlit waves, imagining phantom ships, sudden storms, and the mysteries that lie beneath. Even today, the early reports continue to resonate. They remind us of the ocean's power, the limits of human understanding, and the allure of the unknown. As listeners drift off to sleep, they can imagine themselves on a ship in the 16th or 17th century, staring out over the endless horizon, aware of the Triangle's mysteries, yet captivated by the beauty and unpredictability of the sea. The story of Flight 19 is often considered the defining moment in the legend of the Bermuda Triangle. It was December 5, 1945, a chilly winter morning in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. The United States Navy prepared to conduct a routine training exercise over the Atlantic Ocean, a mission that would unknowingly become one of the most enduring mysteries in aviation history. Flight 19 consisted of 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers, each piloted by experienced Navy aviators, a total of 14 men who had flown hundreds of missions between them. Their assignment was simple: a navigation and bombing exercise over a designated area off the coast, followed by a return to base. As the 5 planes lifted off from Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale, the sky was clear, the sun casting soft golden light across the water. The ocean below sparkled, seemingly calm and inviting. On the ground, families waved, mechanics checked instruments one last time, and instructors monitored the aircraft. As they climbed steadily into the morning sky, to those observing, it was an ordinary day, yet it would soon become extraordinary. A story of vanishings, confusion, and unexplained phenomena that would capture the imagination of the world. Flight 19 followed the standard training route, flying east over the Atlantic before turning north to simulate bombing maneuvers. Initially, everything proceeded smoothly. The men communicated regularly with the base, confirming coordinates and flight patterns. But soon something unexpected occurred. Lieutenant Charles Taylor, the flight leader, began to report navigational difficulties. His compass readings were inconsistent, conflicting with his calculations. The aircraft seemed to be off course despite careful adherence to the planned route. Over the next few hours, communications became increasingly alarming. Taylor reported that all 5 aircraft appeared lost. Despite clear skies and excellent visibility, the pilots could not identify familiar landmarks. Radio transmissions hinted at mounting anxiety. The tension of men trained to remain calm in crises slowly creeping in. The vastness of the Atlantic, stretching endlessly beneath them, seemed to distort perception and orientation. Hours passed, yet the planes could not find their way home. In an attempt to regain bearings, Flight 19 tried to follow standard navigational procedures, but nothing worked as expected. Compass readings contradicted known directions, and clouds began to form unexpectedly over the water, altering visual cues. Lieutenant Taylor described a strange haze, almost ethereal, that seemed to obscure the horizon. Reports from the aircraft mentioned the sun behaving oddly, perhaps a trick of light on the water or an atmospheric anomaly, further confusing even the most experienced pilots. Back at Fort Lauderdale, the base grew increasingly concerned. Radio communications from Flight 19 were fragmented, unclear, and at times alarming. The men had been trained to handle disorientation, yet the situation defied conventional navigation. Orders were issued for a search and rescue operation, and a PBM Mariner seaplane was dispatched with a crew of 13 men to locate the missing Avengers. The rescuers, flying over the same waters that had confounded Flight 19, disappeared without a trace. Another crew vanished, amplifying the mystery and cementing the region's reputation as treacherous and enigmatic. The search for Flight 19 spanned days. Ships scoured the Atlantic, looking for wreckage or survivors. Yet no debris, no instruments, and no bodies were ever recovered. Eyewitness accounts were absent, and even the Mariner's disappearance provided no clues. The magnitude of the loss, 5 aircraft, 14 men, plus an additional search plane, shocked the Navy and the public alike. It was a calamity without precedent, an event that seemed to defy explanation. Over the years, countless theories have been proposed to explain what happened to Flight 19. Some suggest human error, perhaps navigational mistakes compounded by stress and fatigue. Others point to natural phenomena, sudden storms, rogue waves, and strong ocean currents that could have carried the aircraft far from the search area. Magnetic anomalies in the Bermuda Triangle are often cited, potentially disrupting compasses and confusing the pilots. Yet none of these explanations fully accounts for the disappearance, leaving room for speculation and wonder. The story of Flight 19 is also remarkable for its human element. Each pilot was experienced, trained, and familiar with the Atlantic waters. They knew how to handle turbulence, sudden storms, and disorientation. Yet the Triangle's mysteries rendered experience almost irrelevant. Radio communications reveal moments of clarity, mixed with uncertainty, a human struggle against forces unseen, a testament to courage facing the unknown. Even as the pilots attempted to maintain composure, the vastness of the ocean swallowed their certainty, leaving them lost in space and time. Flight 19 became a symbol, the moment when the Bermuda Triangle entered the modern imagination. The media sensationalized the event, blending fact with legend. Newspapers described the disappearances with dramatic flair, invoking ghostly phenomena, mysterious lights, and the idea of an ocean that claimed those who ventured too far. These stories captivated the public, embedding the Triangle into culture, folklore, and maritime lore. Scientists, historians, and aviation experts have since studied Flight 19 extensively. Some analyses suggest that navigational errors were exacerbated by limited visibility and fatigue. Others propose mechanical failures or unusual weather conditions. Still, the lack of wreckage and the disappearance of the search plane leave the final answer elusive. The story remains a cautionary tale, a reminder of the ocean's unpredictability and the limits of human understanding. Even decades later, Flight 19 serves as a source of intrigue for storytellers and enthusiasts. Books, documentaries, and podcasts explore the mission, analyzing every transmission, weather report, and historical record. The narrative appeals because it combines verifiable history with elements of the unknown, a perfect blend for bedtime storytelling, allowing listeners to imagine the calm Atlantic suddenly giving way to mystery and suspense. The psychological impact of Flight 19 is also notable. For listeners imagining the scene, the story conveys tension, anticipation, and the eerie beauty of an ocean that is both mesmerizing and perilous. The pilots, suspended above the Atlantic, become avatars for human curiosity, bravery, and vulnerability. As the sun sets over the water, one can almost feel the subtle swell of waves, the hush of wind, and the immense scale of the sea that swallowed the planes. In considering Flight 19, one must also reflect on the broader context of the Bermuda Triangle. The event did not occur in isolation. It is part of a centuries-long pattern of disappearances, strange phenomena, and inexplicable occurrences. The ocean, vast and unknowable, holds countless secrets. Flight 19 represents a poignant example of how human endeavor, courage, and technology can be rendered almost powerless in the face of the unknown. As we recount the story tonight, imagine the 5 Avenger bombers soaring over calm waters, instruments spinning unpredictably, and clouds forming from nowhere. Hear the voices of the pilots over the radio, calm but tinged with uncertainty, as they attempt to navigate an ocean that refuses to be understood. Picture the search plane setting off to find them, only to vanish as well. The scene is both haunting and mesmerizing, a perfect setting for reflective, immersive, and sleepy storytelling. Flight 19 remains a landmark case in Bermuda Triangle lore. It is studied, debated, and remembered not just for the loss of life, but for the enduring mystery it represents. Each listener, as they drift into sleep, can imagine themselves above the endless Atlantic, sensing the immensity of the ocean, the eeriness of unexplained phenomena, and the bravery of those lost to the Triangle's enigmatic waters. The legend of Flight 19 teaches us about respect for nature, for the unknown, and for the limits of human understanding. It invites curiosity, imagination, and reflection. In its story, the Bermuda Triangle emerges as a realm where history, mystery, and human experience converge, a place that continues to inspire awe, wonder, and gentle suspense suitable for bedtime narration. Even now, decades later, as satellites scan the ocean and ships traverse the waters with advanced technology, the fate of Flight 19 remains unresolved. No wreckage, no survivors, and no definitive explanation have ever emerged. It is a story that reminds us of the power of the sea, the fragility of human endeavor, and the enduring allure of the unknown. In the quiet moments before sleep, one can imagine the flight path of the Avengers stretching over calm, moonlit waters, disappearing into clouds that shimmer mysteriously. The story lingers, a slow, immersive journey through history and legend, perfectly suited for bedtime reflection. The Triangle, through Flight 19, continues to whisper its secrets, an invitation to wonder, to imagine, and to respect the vast, mysterious ocean that holds stories yet untold.
The waters of the Bermuda Triangle have long been a theater of maritime mystery, and nowhere is this more evident than in the countless shipwrecks scattered across its expanse. For centuries, sailors have recounted tales of vessels disappearing without trace, of ships found adrift and abandoned, and of crews that vanished as if the ocean itself had claimed them. Imagine for a moment a vast stretch of turquoise Atlantic water stretching endlessly in every direction, gentle waves lapping at the hull of a ship. Yet beneath the serene surface, the history of unexplained shipwrecks lingers like a shadow. Long before the phrase Bermuda Triangle existed, mariners were already aware of the dangers that seemed to lurk in these waters. Logs from the 16th and 17th centuries frequently mention ships that never returned from routine voyages between the Caribbean, Florida, and Bermuda. Some vessels were lost during storms that appeared suddenly, while others seemed to vanish during calm seas, leaving no debris behind. These early accounts, often fragmented and anecdotal, hint at a persistent pattern. The Triangle was a region where ordinary rules of navigation and survival could be challenged. One of the most famous early cases is that of the Carroll A. Deering, discovered in 1921 off Cape Hatteras. This 5-masted schooner, fully intact with its cargo untouched, was found completely abandoned. No crew, no logbooks, no sign of struggle. Just an eerily silent ship floating in waters that should have led it safely to port. Investigators considered piracy, mutiny, and natural disaster. Yet none of these theories fully explained the sudden disappearance of everyone aboard. The Deering's fate became a cornerstone in the growing lore of the Bermuda Triangle, highlighting the ocean's capacity for mystery. Similarly, the USS Cyclops, a massive Navy cargo ship, vanished in March 1918 while en route from Barbados to Baltimore. With 309 crew members aboard, the Cyclops remains the largest non-combat loss in U.S. Navy history. No distress call was ever received, and no wreckage was found. The disappearance baffled investigators and set a precedent. The Triangle could claim vessels without warning, and no explanation could fully account for the losses. Over the decades, numerous other shipwrecks added to the legend. The SS Marine Sulphur Queen, a tanker carrying molten sulfur, disappeared in 1963. Its last known location placed it squarely within the Triangle, and despite extensive searches, neither crew nor vessel was ever recovered. The ship seemed to have simply vanished, leaving only a void in the historical record and a trail of speculation. Reports often mention ships found adrift with no visible crew. Sailors described vessels that seemed to move as if guided by unseen hands, drifting silently on the ocean's surface. Some reported finding ships with lifeboats missing but no evidence of struggle. Others encountered debris fields that provided few clues, suggesting sudden and catastrophic events had occurred. These occurrences, though rare, are consistently reported across centuries, creating an aura of inevitability and fear surrounding the Triangle's waters. Natural explanations for these shipwrecks abound. Sudden storms, rogue waves, and unpredictable currents can easily overwhelm vessels. Hurricanes regularly form in the region, with some capable of developing rapidly and without warning. Subsurface methane gas eruptions may reduce water density, causing ships to sink quickly and without trace. While such factors account for many incidents, they do not explain cases where ships vanished in calm waters or where navigational instruments failed inexplicably. The psychological dimension of shipwrecks in the Triangle is equally compelling. Sailors often report heightened tension, a sense of unease, or inexplicable feelings of being watched as they navigate these waters. The knowledge of previous disappearances amplifies anxiety, creating an environment where fear and perception intersect. A calm day on the Atlantic can suddenly feel charged with anticipation, the ocean taking on an almost sentient quality, as if aware of human presence. Some shipwrecks have been tied to technological anomalies. Compasses may fail due to local magnetic disturbances, creating navigational errors that lead vessels astray. Even experienced captains can become disoriented, drifting off course and running into unseen hazards. Nighttime voyages intensify the challenge, as visual cues are limited and reliance on instruments becomes paramount. The combination of magnetic anomalies, unpredictable weather, and human limitations has proven deadly, contributing to the Triangle's reputation as a perilous zone. Historical research highlights several notable shipwrecks within the Triangle. The USS Proteus, another Navy vessel, vanished in 1941 under mysterious circumstances, adding to the list of military losses. Merchant vessels like the SS Cotopaxi, which disappeared during a voyage from Charleston to Cuba in 1925, illustrate that commercial shipping was equally at risk. Each incident carries its own story, yet collectively, they form a pattern. The Triangle is not merely a collection of random accidents, but a region where unusual and sometimes inexplicable events converge. Local legends often supplement these historical accounts. Caribbean fishermen spoke of areas where ships seemed to disappear into the mist, where waves behaved unpredictably, and where compasses went awry. Tales of ghostly lights and phantom vessels reinforced a sense of mystery, blending historical events with folklore. These stories, while anecdotal, align remarkably with documented shipwrecks, providing a rich tapestry of narrative that spans centuries. Shipwrecks in the Triangle also illustrate the unpredictability of nature. Some vessels vanish during calm weather, suggesting sudden underwater currents, rogue waves, or structural failures. Others disappear during violent storms, where the ferocity of nature left no survivors. The combination of environmental hazards, human error, and occasional technological failures creates a complex web of causation that defies simple explanation. Scientific investigations have attempted to demystify the Triangle's shipwrecks. Oceanographers study currents, meteorologists analyze weather patterns, and naval historians review logs and records. Despite these efforts, many cases remain unsolved. The pattern of disappearances is too consistent to ignore. Yet each incident is unique, resisting a single unifying explanation. It is this combination of predictability and uncertainty that makes the Triangle so compelling for storytellers and historians alike. Even in modern times, shipwrecks continue to intrigue. Advanced sonar, satellite imaging, and underwater exploration have uncovered remnants of vessels, yet many remain elusive. The ocean floor is vast and complex, and the Triangle's history reminds us that human understanding, while advanced, is never complete. The mysteries of the triangle are layered: historical accounts, environmental phenomena, technological anomalies, and human perception all intertwine, creating a narrative rich with suspense and fascination. As you listen tonight, imagine yourself aboard a ship navigating the triangle. Gentle waves sway beneath your feet. Yet somewhere beneath the surface, history whispers. Vessels lost centuries ago, sailors gone without trace, and the weight of countless shipwrecks hang quietly over the ocean. The story of these wrecks is not just about disappearance, but about the enduring power of nature, the limits of human understanding, and the allure of the unknown. The shipwrecks of the Bermuda Triangle remain a compelling testament to the ocean's mystery. Each vessel, each vanished crew, adds to a historical record that is as fascinating as it is unsettling. They remind us that even in a world dominated by technology, nature retains the capacity to surprise, challenge, and inspire awe. For bedtime reflection, these tales create a slow, immersive journey, an opportunity to drift gently through centuries of maritime history, imagining ships lost to storm, rogue waves, or perhaps something even more enigmatic. Ultimately, the story of shipwrecks in the Triangle is a story of caution, wonder, and curiosity. It teaches respect for the sea, the forces that govern it, and the human courage required to navigate its unpredictable waters. As the waves lap quietly and the night stretches across the Atlantic, the ghostly echoes of vanished ships linger, inviting listeners to explore history, mystery, and imagination, all from the comfort of a calm, sleepy night. The Bermuda Triangle is not just a region marked by vanished ships and planes, it is also a realm of peculiar atmospheric and magnetic conditions that continue to fascinate scientists and storytellers alike. From sudden storms that rise from calm seas to inexplicable compass deviations, the Triangle's environment often seems to operate according to its own set of rules. Imagine, as you listen tonight, a vast expanse of Atlantic waters, sunlight glinting on gentle waves. Yet beneath the serene surface lies a world of unseen currents, shifting weather, and mysterious forces that have confounded humans for centuries, long before the modern age of meteorology. Sailors noticed the region's unpredictable climate. Early explorers wrote of sudden squalls appearing without warning, transforming calm seas into turbulent chaos in moments. The winds could shift direction abruptly, leaving vessels disoriented, while thick fogs would obscure familiar landmarks. Navigators relied heavily on visual cues, celestial navigation, and magnetic compasses. Yet within this mysterious triangle, even these instruments often betrayed them. Some captains recounted compasses spinning erratically, refusing to point true north, while the sun and stars seemed to behave in ways that defied expectation. Scientific investigation has revealed several natural factors that may contribute to the triangle's unusual weather. The region lies at the intersection of warm tropical waters and cooler North Atlantic currents, creating an environment ripe for sudden storms and atmospheric instability. Hurricanes and tropical storms form regularly in these waters, capable of developing rapidly and unpredictably. A clear morning can turn into a violent storm within hours, leaving little time for ships or planes to adjust their course. Rogue waves, sometimes exceeding 80 feet in height, can emerge from calm seas, swallowing even large vessels with astonishing speed. Magnetic anomalies also play a critical role in the Bermuda Triangle's legend. The Earth's magnetic field is not uniform, and certain regions can cause compass deviations. In the Triangle, pilots and sailors have reported compasses pointing in incorrect directions, sometimes by several degrees, leading to navigational errors. In the days before GPS and modern avionics, such deviations could prove disastrous. Imagine a small plane or a wooden-hulled ship drifting for hours, instruments offering false reassurance, while the vast ocean stretches endlessly in every direction. The psychological impact of this disorientation cannot be understated. It compounds fear, confusion, and the potential for accidents.
Historical accounts abound. During the early 20th century, ships navigating the Triangle often recorded sudden, localized storms that appeared and vanished within minutes. Sailors described walls of water rising seemingly out of nowhere, or dense fogs enveloping their vessels so quickly that landmarks disappeared. Some reported seeing lightning strikes without accompanying storms, and others witnessed glowing lights beneath the water, pulsating as if the ocean itself were alive. These phenomena, though often anecdotal, were consistent, enough to suggest real environmental oddities rather than mere imagination. One theory posits that methane hydrates on the ocean floor could contribute to sudden disappearances. Methane gas can form large bubbles that reduce water density, potentially causing ships to sink rapidly. While this does not explain the vanishing of aircraft, it aligns with some historical accounts of vessels found missing with no trace of struggle or structural failure. Combined with unpredictable weather and magnetic anomalies, the conditions within the triangle create a complex environment, where ordinary rules of navigation and survival may fail. The interaction between weather patterns and magnetic fields is also noteworthy. Sudden storms can generate localized electromagnetic fields, interfering with compasses and other navigational instruments. Pilots flying small aircraft in these conditions could experience rapid disorientation, unable to trust either visual or instrumental guidance. Mariners have long recounted moments when their compasses spun wildly, instruments failed, and the horizon itself seemed to shift. Experiences that would test the resolve of even the most seasoned navigators. Air and sea traffic in the triangle is another contributing factor. The convergence of busy shipping lanes, flight paths, and natural phenomena increases the likelihood of incidents. Modern science suggests that human error, compounded by environmental factors, accounts for many accidents. Yet the persistent pattern of disappearances continues to fuel speculation. Stories of vanished vessels, planes, and crews create a sense of inevitability, a feeling that the triangle is not merely a stretch of ocean but a zone, where reality bends subtly, challenging human perception. Magnetic anomalies are particularly significant for aviation. Pilots in the era of Flight 19 often relied on compasses as their primary navigation tool. Even small deviations could send aircraft miles off course over the featureless ocean. Early reports described compasses pointing in conflicting directions, leaving crews unable to reconcile readings with their planned routes. Night flights or cloudy conditions exacerbated the problem, as visual landmarks were obscured. The combination of magnetic anomalies, unpredictable weather, and human limitations created a perfect storm for accidents and disappearances. Consider the psychological dimension. Imagine a crew flying over calm seas, instruments indicating directions that contradict each other, clouds rolling in unexpectedly, and the horizon disappearing into fog. Anxiety rises, decisions become tentative, and panic subtly creeps in. Even experienced pilots, trained to remain composed, face an invisible adversary, one that does not attack directly but manipulates perception, orientation, and expectation. This interaction of mind and environment is a critical, often overlooked, aspect of the triangle's enduring mystery. Stories from local sailors emphasize the interplay between weather and magnetic anomalies. Fishermen spoke of black waters, areas where compasses failed. Winds shifted abruptly and fogs appeared without warning. In some cases, vessels were found drifting miles off their intended course, as if transported by unseen currents. Such anecdotes, corroborated by historical ship logs and naval reports, reinforce the notion that the Bermuda Triangle is a region of complex and unpredictable natural forces. Modern meteorology provides some insight, though mysteries remain. The triangle lies along the path of the Gulf Stream, a powerful current that flows north, along the American coast before veering east into the Atlantic. The Gulf Stream can create localized turbulence, affect ocean surface temperature, and contribute to sudden weather changes. These interactions, combined with warm Caribbean waters and cooler North Atlantic air, create volatile conditions capable of challenging even modern navigation systems. Despite scientific advances, the triangle retains its enigmatic reputation. Even with GPS, radar, and satellite monitoring, vessels report electrical failures, navigational glitches, and unexpected weather phenomena. While many incidents can now be explained, the psychological and narrative power of the triangle persists. Tales of magnetic interference, ghostly lights, and sudden storms continue to captivate the imagination, offering fertile ground for immersive storytelling and reflective bedtime narration. In recounting these strange weather patterns and magnetic anomalies tonight, imagine the gentle sway of waves, the soft whisper of wind, and the invisible forces acting upon ships and planes. Picture a compass spinning erratically, the sky suddenly darkening with an unforecasted storm, or a pilot navigating through dense fog with instruments failing intermittently. The combination of natural unpredictability and human vulnerability creates a narrative that is both relaxing and suspenseful, ideal for bedtime reflection. The legacy of these phenomena extends beyond individual accidents. Collectively, They form a consistent pattern, a set of environmental conditions that recur over centuries, influencing countless incidents in the Bermuda Triangle. They remind us of the ocean's immense power, the fragility of human perception, and the delicate balance required to navigate a world where unseen forces often dominate. Ultimately, the strange weather, patterns, and magnetic anomalies of the Bermuda Triangle are integral to its mystique. They are the backdrop against which disappearances, legends, and human drama unfold. As listeners drift into sleep, they can imagine the vast Atlantic waters, the rise and fall of unseen waves, the spin of a compass needle, and the sudden appearance of mist and storm. This blend of reality, possibility, and imagination provides a perfect canvas for immersive storytelling, keeping the mystery alive while soothing the mind. With its rhythm and narrative flow, even today, scientists study the triangle with modern tools, uncovering insights into ocean currents, magnetic variation, and meteorology. Yet, the human fascination persists. The stories of compasses gone awry, instruments failing, and sudden storms continue to evoke wonder and respect for the natural world. The Bermuda Triangle, through its strange weather patterns and magnetic anomalies, offers an enduring lesson that even in an age of technology, nature retains its capacity to surprise, challenge, and inspire the human imagination. The Bermuda Triangle has fascinated humanity for centuries, not only because of the countless disappearances of ships and planes, but also because of the wide range of explanations proposed. When we look at the mystery of this enigmatic region, we encounter two broad categories of theories: natural phenomena and the possibility of something unknown, something beyond conventional understanding. Tonight, as you listen, imagine the vast Atlantic waters stretching endlessly, carrying with them centuries of unexplained stories, subtle forces, and questions that may never be fully answered. Many scientists and researchers argue that natural phenomena can account for a significant number of the Bermuda Triangle incidents. Sudden storms, rogue waves, and unpredictable currents are among the primary factors. The area is prone to hurricanes and tropical storms, which can develop with little warning and immense power. Even the most experienced sailors and pilots can find themselves unprepared for such sudden changes. A clear morning can quickly turn into a violent tempest, with winds and waves strong enough to capsize large vessels or overwhelm small aircraft. Rogue waves are particularly intriguing. Unlike normal waves, which follow predictable patterns, rogue waves can appear seemingly from nowhere, towering dozens of feet high. Ships caught in these enormous walls of water can be quickly submerged or severely damaged. Even with modern technology, detecting a rogue wave in advance is extremely difficult. Historical accounts suggest that many ships lost in the triangle may have succumbed to such sudden massive waves. Methane hydrates beneath the ocean floor are another possible natural explanation. These substances, trapped deep in sediments, can erupt in the water column, creating pockets of gas that drastically reduce water density. A ship floating above such an eruption could suddenly lose buoyancy and sink without warning, leaving little to no trace. While this theory cannot account for plane disappearances, it provides a plausible explanation for some of the vanished vessels in the region. Magnetic anomalies also provide a compelling explanation. The Bermuda Triangle lies in an area where magnetic compasses sometimes behave erratically, potentially misleading navigators. Even small deviations can send ships or planes far off course, especially before the advent of GPS. In the 1940s and 50s, pilots reported compasses spinning unpredictably, leaving them uncertain of their exact direction. For a crew navigating over vast, featureless ocean waters, such disorientation could easily become fatal. Human error remains a significant factor.
Guide us.
The triangle has always been a busy shipping and aviation
Let
route,
the light bring
and mistakes
peace.
in navigation or judgment can have catastrophic consequences. When combined with unpredictable weather, magnetic anomalies, or mechanical failures, even minor errors can escalate into disasters. Flight 19, one of the most famous triangle incidents, is often cited as a combination of disorientation, navigational error, and possibly natural environmental factors. While natural explanations account for many incidents, they do not satisfy all. There are cases where ships disappeared during calm weather, where modern navigation tools failed, or where no wreckage was ever found. These anomalies fuel speculation about forces or phenomena that science cannot fully explain. Some theorists propose that the triangle may be a location where unknown energies or dimensions intersect with our world, creating conditions that defy current understanding. Unusual electromagnetic fields are often mentioned in this context. Some researchers suggest that localized bursts of energy may interfere with instruments, disrupt communication, and even affect human perception. While such theories remain speculative, they help explain why experienced crews sometimes fail in ways that appear inexplicable. Pilots and sailors have reported strange lights, sudden fogs, and other phenomena that cannot be attributed solely to conventional weather or mechanical failure. Other, more fantastical theories include alien intervention, time warps, or portals to other dimensions. While these ideas are generally not supported by mainstream science, they persist in popular culture and storytelling. They reflect a human fascination with the unknown and our desire to imagine explanations that go beyond what we can observe directly. Whether or not these theories hold truth, they contribute to the mystique and enduring appeal of the Bermuda Triangle legend. Ultimately, the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle may never be fully resolved. Some incidents likely have natural explanations, while others may remain forever unexplained. The region challenges our assumptions about safety, navigation, and the predictability of the natural world. It reminds us of the ocean's vastness, its capacity for surprise, and the limits of human understanding. As you drift into sleep tonight, consider the theories and the possibilities they represent. Imagine the ocean beneath you, calm yet powerful, carrying hidden currents, sudden waves, and subtle magnetic forces. Picture planes and ships navigating these waters, their crews facing both natural and unknown challenges. The blend of science and mystery invites reflection, curiosity, and imagination, a journey into history, legend, and the unexplored. The Bermuda Triangle's enduring allure lies not only in its documented disappearances, but also in the questions it raises. Why do some ships vanish without trace? How do pilots lose their way despite experience and instruments? Are there forces beyond our understanding at play? Or is it a combination of natural hazards, human error, and coincidence? The answers remain elusive, ensuring that the triangle continues to fascinate, captivate, and inspire wonder across generations. In exploring these theories, we also gain insight into human nature. We are drawn to mysteries, to places and stories that challenge our knowledge and understanding. The Bermuda Triangle, with its blend of science, history, and the unknown, offers a perfect canvas for imagination. For centuries, it has been a space where fact and legend intertwine, where ships and planes become symbols of courage, vulnerability, and the limits of our comprehension. Even as modern technology advances, some questions remain unanswered. Sophisticated satellites, radar systems, and navigation tools have reduced many of the risks, yet occasional anomalies still occur. Electrical failures, sudden weather changes, and navigational errors continue to remind us that the ocean is a complex and sometimes unpredictable environment. The Bermuda Triangle remains a potent symbol of mystery, curiosity, and the intersection of natural phenomena with the unknown. Whether one leans toward scientific explanations or speculative theories, the story of the Bermuda Triangle offers a rich, immersive experience. Listeners can imagine the gentle sway of waves, the sudden rise of a storm, or the eerie calm before an unexplained disappearance. They can ponder the delicate balance between human knowledge and the ocean's vast power. The narrative encourages reflection, fascination, and a gentle sense of suspense, perfectly suited for bedtime storytelling. In conclusion, the Bermuda Triangle remains one of the world's most compelling mysteries. Natural phenomena provide many plausible explanations, from rogue waves to magnetic anomalies, yet a portion of incidents defies easy understanding. The blend of fact, speculation, and imagination ensures that the legend endures, captivating audiences and inspiring wonder. As you close your eyes tonight, imagine the expanse of water, the hidden forces at play, and the stories that have yet to be told. In the Bermuda Triangle, the line between reality and mystery blurs, inviting curiosity, contemplation, and the quiet thrill of the unknown. As the world progressed through the 20th and 21st centuries, the mystery of the Bermuda Triangle continued to capture attention. The disappearance of ships and planes, once recounted in old sailors' tales, gradually entered the realm of documented investigation. Scientists, historians, and enthusiasts began to analyze the triangle with modern tools, hoping to uncover the truth behind centuries of unexplained incidents. Tonight, as you listen, imagine the vast Atlantic waters stretching beneath your imagination, holding secrets, legends, and a history that continues to unfold. In the latter half of the 20th century, aviation accidents brought renewed scrutiny to the region. Flight 19, a squadron of U.S. Navy bombers lost in December 1945, had already drawn attention, but other cases in the 1960s and 1970s fueled curiosity further. The disappearance of the SS Marine Sulphur Queen in 1963, for instance, left investigators puzzled. Modern investigation techniques, including sonar and radar, were not yet advanced enough to fully account for the loss, leaving gaps that fueled speculation. By the 1980s and 1990s, technology had advanced considerably, enabling more detailed studies of both weather patterns and ocean currents. Satellites could now track storms and hurricanes in real time, while underwater exploration revealed wrecks and geological features previously hidden. Some researchers began attributing triangle incidents to a combination of human error and natural phenomena, such as sudden storms, rogue waves, and methane hydrate eruptions from the seabed. These theories provided plausible explanations for some disappearances, though not all. Despite technological progress, several recent incidents continue to intrigue. Small private planes and recreational boats have gone missing under conditions that appeared calm and predictable. Investigators often note that even with GPS, radar, and advanced weather tracking, the triangle remains unpredictable. These modern cases suggest that, while some mysteries can now be explained, the region retains an element of the unknown that defies easy resolution. One recent investigation focused on magnetic anomalies. Researchers used precise instruments to map variations in the Earth's magnetic field across the triangle. They found that some localized areas could indeed disrupt compass readings, causing navigational errors that might explain certain disappearances. Modern avionics have largely mitigated these risks, but the findings highlight why sailors and pilots in the past faced such uncertainty. A simple deviation of a few degrees can, over hundreds of miles, send a vessel miles off course, particularly in a vast and featureless ocean environment. Oceanographers have also examined the triangle's currents, noting the interaction between the warm waters of the Gulf Stream and cooler North Atlantic currents. This complex interplay can create turbulent conditions, even when the sea appears calm from above. Sudden upwellings, whirlpools, and unexpected waves can overwhelm ships and small aircraft. Advanced modeling now allows scientists to predict some of these phenomena, yet anomalies remain. Occasionally, vessels encounter conditions that seem to defy expectation, lending credence to the triangle's legendary reputation. Modern research has also explored human psychology in the triangle. Pilots and sailors navigating these waters may experience heightened anxiety due to the region's historical reputation. Even subtle environmental cues can exacerbate stress, leading to miscalculations or panic. Modern safety training and instruments mitigate these risks, but historical accounts remind us that perception and fear can influence decision-making as much as physical forces. Recent technological incidents highlight another layer of mystery. Reports of sudden electrical failures, communication blackouts, and inexplicable instrument behavior continue to emerge even with modern systems. While investigations often attribute these issues to equipment, malfunction, or environmental interference, the fact remains that such occurrences are more common in the triangle than in comparable regions of the Atlantic. These incidents sustain the legend, keeping the area in public consciousness and fueling both scientific and popular interest. Search and rescue operations in the modern era have been more effective than in the past, yet the triangle's vast expanse and unpredictable conditions complicate efforts. Sonar mapping and satellite imagery have identified some shipwrecks, providing closure for families and historical insight. However, many vessels remain missing, leaving unanswered questions and unexplained gaps in maritime records. The challenge of locating these wrecks underscores the ocean's vastness and the limits of human capability, even with advanced technology. In recent decades, some modern disappearances have been linked to natural phenomena once considered rare or improbable. Rogue waves, for instance, have been documented by satellites and ocean buoys. confirming that enormous unexpected waves can appear in the triangle, capable of engulfing large ships within minutes. Similarly, underwater methane eruptions and localized weather anomalies have been observed, providing plausible explanations for some previously unexplained incidents. Yet, as always, anomalies remain, incidents that challenge both understanding and expectation. Investigations also reveal a pattern. Most disappearances involve vessels or aircraft that were ill-prepared, navigationally challenged, or caught in sudden weather changes. In some cases, mechanical failure coincided with environmental hazards, producing tragic outcomes. This reinforces the importance of preparation and the unpredictable power of nature, particularly in a region as dynamic as the Bermuda Triangle. Despite decades of investigation, the Triangle retains a sense of mystique. Documentaries, books, and media coverage continue to draw attention, blending historical fact with speculation and legend. Some modern writers explore ideas of unseen forces, electromagnetic anomalies, or other dimensions, while scientists emphasize natural explanations. The coexistence of these perspectives contributes to the triangle's enduring allure, making it a topic that captures imagination across generations. In a bedtime context, the narrative of modern investigations allows listeners to drift between reality and mystery. Imagine floating above calm waters, knowing that below, powerful currents shift unpredictably. Picture navigational instruments that occasionally fail, a small boat or plane encountering sudden fog, or a rogue wave rising from the deep. Modern science provides explanations, yet the ocean's sheer vastness ensures that some mysteries remain, evoking wonder, suspense, and contemplation. The Bermuda Triangle's story is ongoing. Each year brings reports of minor incidents, often safely resolved, and occasionally more serious disappearances that echo the past. Modern technology allows more accurate tracking, mapping, and recovery, but it cannot entirely eliminate the ocean's unpredictability. For those fascinated by mystery, history, and the power of nature, the Triangle remains a perfect blend of all three. Ultimately, modern investigations reveal both progress and mystery. Scientists can now account for many incidents through natural phenomena, magnetic anomalies, and human error. Yet some disappearances defy explanation, reminding us of the limits of knowledge and the enduring power of the unknown. For listeners, these stories provide a gentle blend of history, science, and suspense, an immersive journey that soothes, fascinates, and sparks curiosity. As you close your eyes, imagine the calm Atlantic night. Modern ships navigating with advanced GPS, pilots flying with sophisticated instruments, yet still vulnerable to the ocean's hidden currents and sudden storms. Picture teams of researchers analyzing satellite data, scanning sonar images, and uncovering lost wrecks, all while the mystery lingers just beyond reach. The Bermuda Triangle continues to inspire, teaching respect for the sea, fascination with the unknown, and appreciation for the delicate balance between human capability and nature's vast power. In conclusion, modern investigations and recent incidents provide insight into the Bermuda Triangle's enduring legend. While many mysteries are explained by natural or technological factors, the region still holds secrets that challenge understanding and ignite imagination. It is a place where history, science, and the unknown converge, offering stories that soothe the mind while captivating curiosity, a perfect companion for bedtime reflection, imagination, and wonder. The Bermuda Triangle is not only a geographical and historical enigma, it has also deeply influenced popular culture, media, and the collective imagination of people around the world. Stories of mysterious disappearances, vanished ships, and missing aircraft have sparked fascination for generations. The region's legend has permeated books, films, documentaries, television shows, and even music, creating a cultural footprint that rivals any natural wonder or historical mystery. Tonight, as you listen, let your mind drift into this world of imagination, where fact, fiction, and folklore seamlessly intertwine. In literature, the Bermuda Triangle first captured widespread attention in the 20th century. Authors such as Charles Berlitz brought the mystery to the masses, publishing books that combined historical incidents, first-hand accounts, and speculation about unexplained phenomena. Berlitz's works, particularly the Bermuda Triangle, fueled curiosity and popularized the notion that this region held dangers beyond ordinary understanding. While critics argued that many accounts were exaggerated or anecdotal, the book succeeded in embedding the triangle into cultural consciousness. Beyond nonfiction, the triangle has inspired countless novels and short stories. Writers use it as a setting for suspense, horror, and adventure, weaving narratives that blend maritime history with supernatural possibilities. The stories often focus on the human experience: captains, sailors, and passengers facing unexplained events, mechanical failures, or psychological tension. For bedtime storytelling or sleepy history narration, these accounts offer immersive journeys into suspense, allowing listeners to drift between reality and imagination. Hollywood and the film industry have also embraced the triangle. Movies and documentaries often dramatize the disappearances of ships and planes, emphasizing suspenseful visuals, stormy seas, and eerie abandoned vessels. Filmmakers recreate incidents like Flight 19, the USS Cyclops, and the Carol A. Deering, blending historical facts with cinematic tension. Even when events are fictionalized, the films maintain a sense of authenticity by drawing on real incidents, enhancing both entertainment and historical intrigue. Television documentaries provide a more investigative lens. Networks like the History Channel and National Geographic have explored the triangle extensively, combining archival footage, expert interviews, and modern simulations. These programs analyze weather patterns, ocean currents, magnetic anomalies, and historical records, helping audiences understand both natural and mysterious aspects of the triangle. For viewers seeking both information and suspense, these documentaries offer a compelling narrative, revealing how science and speculation intersect. Popular media has also contributed to the triangle's mystique through visual storytelling, dramatic illustrations, photographs of abandoned ships, and artist interpretations of ghostly vessels. Drifting at sea evoke a sense of awe and unease. Video games and interactive media sometimes incorporate the Bermuda Triangle as a setting, inviting players to navigate treacherous waters, solve mysteries, or survive against unseen forces. These forms of storytelling perpetuate the triangle's legend while engaging new generations of enthusiasts. Folklore and oral tradition play a crucial role as well. Communities in Bermuda, the Caribbean, and Florida often recount stories passed down through generations, blending fact, legend, and superstition. Sailors speak of phantom lights, sudden storms, and eerie sensations experienced on calm seas. These tales, while anecdotal, echo historical disappearances and reinforce the region's reputation. Cultural storytelling ensures that the triangle remains not just a historical or scientific subject, but a shared narrative, connecting communities through imagination and memory. The Bermuda Triangle's influence extends even to music and art. Composers and visual artists have created works inspired by the mystery, from haunting melodies, evoking the endless ocean, to paintings depicting ghostly ships lost in the waves. The triangle serves as a metaphor for the unknown, the unpredictable, and the boundary between human knowledge and nature's power. These artistic interpretations deepen cultural engagement, allowing audiences to experience the triangle beyond facts and statistics. In recent years, social media has amplified interest in the triangle. Viral videos, animations, and interactive maps allow global audiences to explore disappearances, track historical incidents, and share theories. Discussions on forums, blogs, and online communities foster collaborative curiosity, where enthusiasts debate possible explanations, recount stories, and imagine alternative scenarios. The accessibility of information has broadened engagement, making the triangle a living, cultural phenomenon rather than a static historical curiosity. Cultural impact is not limited to entertainment. The Bermuda Triangle has shaped public perception of the Atlantic, influencing navigation, aviation, and tourism. Some travelers are drawn to Bermuda and the surrounding region specifically to experience the lore, visiting museums, guided tours, and exhibits that celebrate maritime mystery. The Triangle becomes a space where education, history, and legend intersect, offering a tangible connection to stories that have captivated generations. The enduring fascination with the Bermuda Triangle lies in its blend of history, mystery, and imagination. Whether through books, movies, television, art, or oral storytelling, the Triangle continues to inspire curiosity and wonder. People are drawn not only to the documented disappearances, but to the questions these incidents raise. What lies beneath the surface? How much do we truly understand about the ocean and its forces? Is there room for the unknown in an age dominated by science and technology? For bedtime narration, the cultural aspect offers a unique layer of engagement. Listeners can imagine ghostly ships, sudden storms, and vanished crews while reflecting on how these stories shape the way humans perceive danger, adventure, and the unknown. The triangle becomes more than a geographic area. It transforms into a narrative canvas, where history, legend, and imagination merge. The triangle's cultural legacy also reminds us of human resilience and curiosity. Across decades, people have sought to understand, explain, and document the region's mysteries. Investigators, writers, filmmakers, and enthusiasts continue to explore, study, and interpret the triangle. Their work reflects a desire to confront uncertainty, engage with history, and embrace the unknown. The mystery of the Bermuda Triangle is thus not only about vanished vessels and missing planes. It is about the human spirit, imagination, and our enduring fascination with what lies just beyond comprehension. In conclusion, the Bermuda Triangle's cultural impact is vast and multifaceted. It has inspired literature, film, television, art, music, folklore, and digital media, connecting generations through mystery, suspense, and imagination. By blending historical incidents with storytelling and speculation, the Triangle maintains a powerful presence in global consciousness. For listeners, its stories offer both entertainment and reflection, a gentle blend of curiosity and suspense that lulls the mind while inviting it to explore the vast, mysterious Atlantic. As you drift off tonight, picture the ghostly ships of legend, the vanished crews, and the endless waves stretching beneath moonlight. Imagine the storytellers, filmmakers, and researchers who have shared these tales across generations, each contributing to the tapestry of culture, mystery, and imagination. In the Bermuda Triangle, history and legend intertwine, inviting reflection, fascination, and a peaceful journey into the unknown. The Bermuda Triangle is not just a geographical region or a collection of documented disappearances. It is also a landscape of stories, legends, and eyewitness accounts passed down through generations. For centuries, sailors, fishermen, and aviators have shared tales of strange phenomena, ghostly ships, and unexplainable events. These narratives, whether factual, embellished, or imagined, contribute to the enduring mystique of the Triangle. Tonight, as you listen, let your imagination drift into this world where history, folklore, and the human experience merge. Local folklore from Bermuda, the Bahamas, and Florida often describes mysterious lights flickering above the water. Sailors recount seeing glowing orbs, sometimes moving in formation, sometimes hovering above the sea. Some believed these lights were navigational spirits, while others thought they were natural phenomena, like bioluminescent organisms or distant fires reflected on the water. Regardless of explanation, such sightings left a lasting impression on mariners, reinforcing the notion that the Triangle was a place of unusual activity. Eyewitness accounts of ghostly vessels also abound. Over the centuries, sailors reported seeing abandoned ships drifting silently across calm seas. These vessels appeared intact, yet completely devoid of crew. Some accounts describe lifeboats missing, equipment scattered, or strange markings aboard, suggesting sudden and inexplicable disappearances. Though some of these tales may have been exaggerated or misremembered, they contributed to the Triangle's reputation as a place where the normal rules of navigation and maritime life seemed suspended. Stories of vanishing planes add another layer of mystery. Pilots recount instruments malfunctioning mid-flight, sudden fog or storms appearing without warning, and disorienting compasses. Eyewitnesses on nearby aircraft have reported seeing planes suddenly descend or change course inexplicably, only to disappear from radar screens. These accounts create a sense of unease and wonder, reminding us that even with modern technology, the Bermuda Triangle has remained unpredictable. One recurring legend involves the spirits of lost sailors and pilots. Some eyewitnesses claim to have felt an uncanny presence while traversing the Triangle. These experiences range from fleeting sensations of being watched to more tangible phenomena, such as hearing ghostly voices or footsteps aboard their vessels. While skeptics dismiss these claims as psychological effects of fear and isolation, they remain an integral part of the Triangle's folklore. shaping the way people perceive the region and its dangers. Historical records also preserve legendary tales. Old ship logs occasionally describe strange phenomena that defied explanation. Sudden compass deviations, unaccountable storms, and eerie, silent waters. These accounts, though brief and sometimes vague, echo the more detailed eyewitness testimonies collected over the 20th century. The cumulative effect of these stories is profound, creating a rich tapestry of experience that blends fact and folklore. Some legends focus on mysterious creatures inhabiting the waters. Tales of enormous sea serpents, glowing jellyfish, or strange marine life have circulated among mariners. These stories, often told around campfires or in the mess halls of naval vessels, add an element of the unknown to the Triangle's history. Even if such creatures were never documented scientifically, their presence in folklore demonstrates the human tendency to explain unexplained events with imagination and myth. Eyewitness accounts of sudden weather changes are particularly compelling. Sailors and pilots describe calm days turning violent in minutes, with waters rising unexpectedly, winds shifting direction, and lightning appearing without storm clouds. These experiences, though sometimes explained by microbursts or rogue waves, are often recounted with an air of awe and fear, as if nature itself were deliberately challenging human understanding. For bedtime storytelling, such accounts immerse the listener in suspense while maintaining a soothing, slow narrative rhythm. Some modern eyewitness reports continue to fuel fascination. Recreational sailors and private pilots report GPS anomalies, temporary radio blackouts, or unusual visual phenomena, often coinciding with areas historically associated with disappearances. While technology allows for data collection and investigation, the personal experience of these events, sudden disorientation, eerie sensations, and unexpected environmental changes continues to resonate. These first-hand accounts bridge historical legend and contemporary mystery, keeping the Triangle alive in public imagination. Urban legends also contribute to the Triangle's mythology. Stories of time warps, alien intervention, and interdimensional portals, though speculative, persist in popular culture. Eyewitnesses occasionally interpret unexplained events through these lenses, blending observation with imagination. Such narratives, while not scientifically verified, enrich the Triangle's folklore, allowing it to function as a cultural space where reality and speculation coexist. In addition to verbal storytelling, some eyewitnesses have provided visual documentation, photographs, sketches, and videos of strange lights, ghostly vessels, or unusual ocean phenomena have circulated widely. While some are later debunked as natural occurrences, camera malfunctions, or hoaxes, others remain unexplained, adding a visual dimension to the folklore. These materials reinforce the sense of mystery and help new generations visualize the stories passed down through time. The human element is central to these legends. Fear, curiosity, and imagination shape how people experience the Triangle. Sailors isolated at sea, pilots navigating vast skies, or observers witnessing sudden anomalies often report experiences that challenge both their understanding and sense of reality. The emotional resonance of these encounters contributes to the enduring power of the stories, ensuring that they are retold, adapted, and preserved. Folklore also reflects broader cultural values. Stories of courage, resilience, and survival often accompany tales of disappearance. Eyewitnesses describe captains making quick decisions under pressure, crews navigating unexpected hazards, and individuals confronting fear in extraordinary circumstances. These narratives reinforce admiration for human skill and bravery while underscoring the unpredictability and vastness of the Atlantic. In bedtime storytelling, the combination of legend, folklore, and eyewitness accounts offers a rich, immersive experience. Listeners can imagine the ocean as a living presence, carrying both natural power and echoes of history. They can picture ghostly ships drifting silently, strange lights flickering on the horizon, and pilots navigating unseen hazards. Each story, whether factual, embellished, or imagined, contributes to the sense of wonder and suspense that defines the Bermuda Triangle's legacy. In conclusion, the Bermuda Triangle's legends, folklore, and eyewitness accounts form a crucial part of its identity. They provide insight into human perception, imagination, and response to mystery. These stories, passed down over generations, blend history, culture, and psychology, creating a multi-dimensional narrative that captivates audiences around the world. The combination of real incidents, personal testimony, and myth ensures that the triangle remains a source of fascination, curiosity, and contemplation. As you drift into sleep tonight, picture the sailors and pilots who experienced the triangle firsthand, the stories they shared, and the legends that emerged from their encounters. Imagine ghostly ships, flickering lights, and sudden storms on calm seas. In the Bermuda Triangle, the line between fact and folklore blurs, inviting reflection, imagination, and a gentle sense of suspense. A journey into history, mystery, and the human experience. As we reach the final chapter of our journey through the Bermuda Triangle, it is worth pausing to reflect on the vast, mysterious waters and the stories they hold. The Bermuda Triangle is more than a geographical region, more than a series of disappearances, and more than a collection of legends. It is a space where history, science, folklore, and imagination converge, creating a mystery that continues to captivate people across the globe. Tonight, as you listen, imagine the Atlantic stretching endlessly, carrying both known facts and unexplained secrets beneath its surface. From the earliest documented shipwrecks to modern investigations, the Triangle has challenged human understanding. Ships and planes have vanished under circumstances that often seem incomprehensible. While many incidents can be attributed to natural phenomena such as rogue waves, sudden storms, or magnetic anomalies, others resist explanation, leaving gaps in our knowledge and sparking enduring curiosity. The combination of documented events and unexplained anomalies is what makes the Bermuda Triangle so fascinating. Historically, sailors' tales and oral traditions laid the foundation for the Triangle's legend. Stories of ghostly ships, strange lights, and sudden storms were passed down from generation to generation, embedding a sense of awe and caution into maritime culture. These accounts, sometimes embellished, sometimes factual, demonstrate the human desire to make sense of the unknown. Folklore ensured that the Triangle was more than a navigational hazard. It became a symbol of mystery, adventure, and the ocean's hidden power. Scientific investigations in the 20th and 21st centuries have provided explanations for many of these incidents. Researchers have examined weather patterns, ocean currents, magnetic variations, and methane hydrate eruptions, finding plausible causes for some of the vanishings. Modern technology, including satellite tracking, GPS, radar, and sonar, has allowed scientists to study the region in unprecedented detail. Yet even with these advancements, the Bermuda Triangle retains elements of unpredictability, reminding us that nature is vast, complex, and sometimes beyond our full understanding. Eyewitness accounts, both historical and contemporary, enrich the narrative further. Sailors, pilots, and travelers report experiences that cannot always be explained by science alone. Compass malfunctions, sudden fogs, eerie lights, and an inexplicable sense of presence. Whether these accounts reflect environmental phenomena, psychological effects, or something unknown, they are integral to the Triangle's identity. Each testimony adds a personal dimension to the mystery, connecting human experience with the natural and unexplained elements of the region. Popular culture has embraced the Bermuda Triangle as a source of inspiration, perpetuating its legend. Books, movies, documentaries, television programs, and even video games have explored the Triangle's stories. Blending history with imagination, these cultural artifacts ensure that the mystery remains alive, introducing new audiences to tales of vanished ships, unexplained phenomena, and daring explorers. The Triangle's impact on media reflects humanity's fascination with the unknown and our desire to confront uncertainty in creative ways. Cultural fascination with the Triangle also extends to tourism and education. Museums, guided tours, and exhibitions allow people to experience the stories and history firsthand. Visitors explore exhibits on vanished ships, pilot accounts, and scientific investigations, gaining insight into both the documented and speculative aspects of the Triangle. The region thus becomes a space where learning, adventure, and imagination intersect, connecting audiences with history and the enduring mystery of the sea. Even as technology and science progress, some incidents defy explanation, preserving the Bermuda Triangle's enigmatic reputation. Modern disappearances, though rare compared to historical incidents, remind us that the ocean's vastness and unpredictability cannot be fully tamed. Rogue waves, sudden storms, Electrical anomalies and human error continue to play roles, but unexplained gaps in data and eyewitness reports leave space for wonder and speculation. This balance between known and unknown is central to the triangle's enduring appeal. The Bermuda Triangle also teaches important lessons about human perception and imagination. Our fascination with the unexplained reflects the way we process uncertainty and seek meaning in complex or dangerous environments. Legends, folklore, and eyewitness accounts provide narrative frameworks that help people understand, interpret, and emotionally process the mysteries they encounter. In this way, the triangle is as much a story about humanity as it is about geography or history. For those listening tonight, the Bermuda Triangle offers a rich, immersive experience. You can picture the calm yet unpredictable waters, the ghostly outlines of vanished ships, the glowing lights on the horizon, and the human courage facing the unknown. Whether through historical documentation, scientific inquiry, or folklore, each narrative invites reflection, curiosity, and imagination. It is a journey that bridges centuries, connecting past, present, and future generations in shared wonder. For those listening tonight, the Bermuda Triangle offers a rich, immersive experience. You can picture the calm yet unpredictable waters, the ghostly outlines of vanished ships, the glowing lights on the horizon, and the human courage facing the unknown. Whether through historical documentation, scientific inquiry, or folklore, each narrative invites reflection, curiosity, and imagination. It is a journey that bridges centuries, connecting past, present, and future generations in shared wonder. In bedtime storytelling, the triangle's enduring mystery is particularly effective. Its tales encourage calm contemplation and gentle suspense, allowing listeners to drift between history, legend, and imagination. The region becomes a canvas for curiosity, where waves, wind, and invisible forces interact with human experience to create stories that captivate the mind while soothing it. The blend of suspense, education, and imagination makes the Bermuda Triangle a perfect subject for immersive narration. Ultimately, the Bermuda Triangle remains a symbol of the unknown. It embodies the interplay between nature's power, human vulnerability, and our endless fascination with mysteries. Ships and planes continue to traverse its waters safely, yet the stories of past incidents linger, reminding us that some questions may never be fully answered. The allure lies not only in the disappearances themselves, but in the curiosity, investigation, and imagination they inspire. As we conclude this exploration, remember that the Bermuda Triangle is more than a location. It is a story, a legend, and a reflection of human wonder. Each wave, each storm, and each anecdote contributes to a tapestry of mystery that spans centuries. The region challenges our understanding, inspires our creativity, and invites us to contemplate the limits of knowledge. It reminds us that even in an age of technology, some mysteries endure, quietly waiting beneath the waves for those willing to imagine, explore, and wonder. In the quiet of night as you drift into sleep, picture the vast Atlantic stretching endlessly, carrying secrets both known and unknown. Imagine the lost vessels, the courageous crews, the strange lights, and the stories told and retold across generations. In the Bermuda Triangle, history, science, folklore, and imagination converge, creating a timeless mystery that continues to captivate, fascinate, and inspire. In the end, the Bermuda Triangle remains a space where the line between reality and legend blurs. It teaches us humility in the face of nature, curiosity in the face of the unknown, and appreciation for the stories that connect humanity across time and space. As you close your eyes, let the mystery linger, gentle yet compelling. A reminder that some questions are meant to be pondered, some legends meant to be cherished, and some mysteries meant to endure.